Mother, may I sleep with danger? Mother, may I sleep with danger? Mother, I don't want to sleep with anything but danger. Welcome back to the University of Smooth. I'm your host, Nixon the Dark. A beautiful day in the middle of the Midwest. We're glad you're here. This one is about relationships. We don't delve into deep, committed relationship talk very often here, and we don't give any advice on it. We bring this up at the start because this may apply to some committed relationships, but we're encouraging you if you see this pattern and you're married, you have a family, you have a long term committed relationship. I don't want to say take it with a grain of salt, but this is not the final authority. But if you are trying to get something happening with a woman or you've been involved with a woman for a little while, this is an important dynamic for you to understand. A version of it is also present in a longer committed relationship, but how you respond and how you maneuver in those situations is entirely different. Guys, you're trying to get something going with a woman. We know who our audience is. We know who you are. You are really smart. You are looking for the kind of guidance that will help you get to the point where you have women desiring you. Your sex drive commands you, and you enrolled in this university to get there. You're trying to go out with a girl. Maybe you've gone out with her once or twice. You have her number. You're somewhere on her radar. And each time you make an effort for that next date or the first date, it's just not quite happening. She'll give you a response that suggests she's interested, suggests that she would be glad to go out with you, but the answers are vague. She's not telling you a specific date or time, or anytime you suggest something, you're not getting that clear response from her. Second scenario, you've been involved with her for a little while, but you have fallen into a pattern of negotiating over all sorts of matters of exchange. Everything is logistics. Everything is, did you do this? Did I do that? We need to take care of this. We have this big checklist of life to get through, and we are focused on it. We are big time focused on it, and we have got to resolve all these things pronto. In either scenario, you are wondering what's going on. She's not really on board with what I'm trying to accomplish with her or with myself. What gives? In either scenario, if she is not simultaneously expressing what we would call some version of genuine desire, then you have to recognize that your status with her has faltered or it was never really there to begin with. There's a couple things you need to keep in mind about scenarios like this. Your impulse, and I know you're going to fill up the comments on this one, your impulse is to say, how come she can't just come out and say, I'm not interested? Or how come she won't just get on board? That's not how women work, guys. You're really smart. That's why you're here. You are going to learn about female nature, and you're going to do it without feeling the impulse at a certain point to judge them so harshly. You can be angry all you want. We are here for the angry guy. We know your anger. We understand your anger, and we're fine with you being angry. We're here to enlighten you, and then you'll use that emotion to build your own value. She will not give you a straight answer on a situation like this because she is afraid of your strength. Men, you are strong. Whether you realize it or not, whether you embrace it or not, you are much stronger than she is, and she knows it. She may not desire you because of it, but she fears it. She fears a male response to her telling you flat out how much she is not on board with you. That is difficult for her. So she will engage in covert contract behavior. If you've followed something like No More Mr. Nice Guy, you know that these are toxic to your dealing with other people. Women, they behave this way just as much as men do, if not more. The difference is they have a little more of a reason. They are scared of you in a way that more than likely you are not scared of them. You may be terrified of female emotion. She is terrified of male anger significantly more because she doesn't have much to go against it, especially if she's involved with you. She doesn't have some dude lined up who can kick your ass for being butthurt and resentful and possibly blowing up at her. She does not operate that way. She is fearful. Second, if you are in one of these early stage relationships, what she's doing by sending this signal, which she hopes you can read, is she's saying, I either am holding out for better, or I think I can do better, or if you've been involved for a while, I am shopping for better. And if this woman is attractive, she will find better. Like it or not, eventually better will come along. I have been on the losing end of this plenty of times. This is how it works. You may think you have value, and if you are here, you do have value. And you are building that value. And if you're putting in effort, you will see that pay off. But in the moment of truth, when it comes to her refusal to get on board with what you're doing, you don't have that value, not in her eyes. And her subjective assessment of you is the only one that counts. Learn how to read this behavior. It is antithetical to desire. When women desire you, they overcome all of the logistics of life. Part of the reason they do this is they trust you. A woman who desires you is a woman who trusts your ability to navigate her and navigate life, and therefore she will be on board with whatever it is. Next thing you need to know, if you're in one of these difficult situations, negotiation is not your friend. You will not be able to point to A, B, C, and D like a fantastic courtroom lawyer and win the argument and get her on board with what you're selling. Women will not negotiate with you this way. You do not want to negotiate with a woman this way. By the way, if you win, you haven't won anything. All you've won is the grumbling compliance of a woman who would rather do something else. Further, if she has not left you because she feels like she needs you more than whatever other option is out there, you haven't won. She may stick with you out of necessity, but this is not the kind of victory that you can really enjoy. Doesn't mean you have to do something rash like drop her in a heartbeat just because she is not bending over backwards and forwards for you. That's your decision. We're here to help you build your own value so that you at least have enough going for you that women start to behave like that in your life incrementally more as you keep going along. Building value is a long, difficult, messy affair. There are no shortcuts unless you're born 6'5" and you have these other innate qualities that you can adapt to lickety split, or you're just naturally fill out all of those strength cues that a woman's looking for. And by the way, even those guys, they have certain drawbacks that go along with those as well. You must focus on your own value, learn how to read a situation like this for what it is. It doesn't mean that you just quote unquote dump that bitch the next time she steps out of line with your plan. Just recognize it, especially recognize it if it becomes a pattern, and act accordingly. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, hell, ask a question if you'd like. I may get to it in a segment. Take care.